Welcome to Insight. No, Rolling Insight. That's the name I came up with earlier today. I totally did not forget about that. The D&D interview talk show where I just talk to a couple of my players and get their insights on how their character is reacting to things that are going on. Today, and Jake, who plays
You're cutting off a bit.
Violet, who plays Valkaren, and
Yes.
and Jake, who plays Faradel / Milos. Hey guys.
Yeah, it's fun to be on the show. Glad your people reached out to my people. We're able to find a good timing.
Yeah. It was kind of difficult because you kept changing it on us.
Yeah,
For me, it's all about the money.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, like money was an issue, but me was more like filming in Bulgaria, during a pandemic, and trying to fly back. It's a whole thing. And slaying dragons.
You guys are gonna get your checks for 15,000 doubloons in the mail in the next year or so.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm sure that won't go missing.
Yeah. No, of course not. And of course the check will clear.
It's a little later than I expected, but at least we're still getting paid.
It's hard being a YouTube channel with 13 subscribers.
I mean, I keep saying that Patreon, man.
I know. I should really listen to you and only have the $100 tier.
Exactly.
I'm going to start a new tradition for the show. This is a new show, so, new tradition. We're going to perform an insight check, and we'll see how we do. So, everyone roll an insight check. 19, and just add Faradel's insight for now.
Making me pull my character.
Okay. I rolled a 12.
12.
That is actually
Give me a sec.
21.
She's got I think a +1 to wisdom, and I don't think she has proficiency, so 13.
13. Okay. So, with that, we'll start the show. I got a nat 20, by the way.
21.
So that, depending on which character I use, could be a 17 to a 25.
Wait, did you say insight?
Insight.
Yeah, okay, so I've got a +5, so that's 17.
Oh, good. Wait, did you roll a 12?
Yeah.
Why did I think 13? Anyway.
Because I said 13, because I added a +1.
Okay.
But I didn't realize I have proficiency.
Alright, so. Welcome to the show, guys. Today we're gonna just talk about how your characters are reacting to the events that have gone on throughout the last couple episodes. I know Faradel is a fairly new character.
Yeah.
Who hasn't really experienced much with the band of heroes, but how is Faradel faring?
How long did it take you to think that one up?
It took me all of 30 seconds, actually.
He's pretty laissez-faire about just life in general. So he really is not 100% sure what's going on. But he recalls that, I forget who, because I don't recall. I'm not, that much of a method actor. But I believe Faradel recalled which one of the companions said that he was like family, and then he was kind of like, cool, that's all I need. We're like family now. So basically, you all, the company, for better or worse, has adopted Faradel.
Well,
uh-oh.
Crap. Ah, shit, we adopted Faradel.
Yeah, I imagine that's how his family felt too. Except, not adopted. He's kind of like, God damn, we had this thing.
Was Faradel a toker from when he was born?
Yeah, probably as soon as he came out of the womb, just, took a huge puff on his joint and was kind of like, goo goo gaga.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. And how's Valkyrin faring through the last few events of the episodes?
Really?
Other than really shitty.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, you got
Angry?
Angry, yeah. Well, here's the thing. You did have a very emotional moment with Elma, just because you had both lost Milos to that douchebag Windrin. Whoever made that guy up is a total asshole.
Yes.
Was right in the streets.
Whoever made this story up, whoever scripted these episodes, is just horrible.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
We are not a scripted show. Thankfully. All our roles are just that bad.
Oh, I've been following a very strict script.
Have you? Have you really? Because it hasn't been written by me.
Yeah, my agent sent me the script. That's the whole reason I signed on to this, because it's kind of like, yeah, all right, this, especially like when we got to the Milos point in the script, I was like, ooh, emotional gut wrench, yeah.
I didn't. I haven't. Vi, have you been talking to Jake's agent? I haven't.
Of course not.
Who's been talking to Jake's agent?
Good question.
Everyone.
So Valkyrian is feeling a little down. I'm also interested, Jake, because the main reason I got you for this show and for all of this is because
He was cheap.
Yeah, he was cheap. Only 15,000 doubloons. Check that definitely will not bounce.
Yeah, normally I charge more, but again, I really like the script, and I was like, you know what? These seem like some decent people. All right, I'll sign on.
Yeah, the producer is a real great guy. What was Milos? What do you think Milos was feeling when we got to Windrin taking him away?
So I recall Milos rolled very well. I think it was a deck save in the car. So the car gets like flipped over, crashes, and he took some damage. And then I recall shortly afterwards, he got knocked out and was down. Then came back up because remember Bruce
Gave him a health potion.
Yes, then Milos was back up, a little confused, and then he immediately died again. So I imagine he didn't have enough time to really process anything before he was, turned into Evilosh.
Hey, that's not in the script, bro.
I made some adjustments.
God damn it. And I think we all know how Valkyrin was feeling at that point, because immediately after we had a very intense moment with Valkyrin.
Yes, and I really like, and I guess all props to Vi here for great roleplay. And actually everybody I think did really well. Especially because, like, unbeknownst to them, like, I think early on in the episode, I think it was Gray that was, like, in character, as Mulfer was kind of like, oh, we can't lose Milos, and I immediately was like, oh, man. Little do you know.
Little do you know that you will lose Milos, and it will be terrible.
Yeah, and I felt a little bad because I think shortly after, maybe shortly before, shortly after, like you proposed the idea of Milos turning evil, that Gray was like, oh, hey, how do you think I should draw Milos? And so then I wanted to, like, at first I was kind of like, oh, don't worry about it. But then I was like, wait, what if Gray gets suspicious? So I was just kind of like, oh, yeah, do your own thing. I trust your judgment. So I feel a little bit bad that great did all that work just to have Milo snatched away, but it looks great.
It does look great. I'm sure everyone has seen the banner image of for the YouTube channel. If not, I can post it right now. We'll fix that in editing. But Valkyrin, Violet, you had really good role play moment right there.
Yeah, thank you.
I personally have nominated you for an Oscar. I've made it clear for my agents and my people to nominate you as well. So here's hoping.
I wouldn't trust that.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Val's not, disabled, so she probably won't get an Oscar for it.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's fucking horrible.
You know how it goes.
Yeah, we all know how it goes. But yeah, it was amazing role playing with you in that moment of like you needing to find a way to get Milos back.
Of course, they're besties.
Yeah, and it really showed when we got to that point of like Valkyrian just fucking flying off. How is Valkyrian feeling about Barathol right now?
Not great. To be fair, just not great in general.
I mean the Feywilds, let's face it, Fey are fairly tricky people.
Was that meant to be a pun?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will admit, recently I've been having the debate: who's better to make a deal with, a fairy or a devil? And I'm pretty sure I'd go with the devil.
Exactly. It's
Because
fairies tend to have worse consequences.
Oh, this isn't a thing in Dungeons and Dragons, as far as I'm aware. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But in general mythology, fairies can't lie, so they're a hell of a lot more tricky.
Yeah.
True.
But if either of them sign something, 9 times out of 10 they'll agree to it. But whereas a devil might just take your soul, a fairy will cause you to live out your worst torments forever and ever.
Yeah. And how's Faradell reacting to at least being in the Feywilds and being tricked into thinking that he went to the Feywilds for a bit?
He probably hasn't realized that he was tricked. And also just due to his hallucinogenics and other things he enjoys to do that may or may not be illicit, depending on which country you live in. Yeah, he's probably not aware that he was tricked, and it probably looks exactly the same as he recalls, even though he's never been to the Feywild.
I find it interesting how you guys made kind of started choosing of what is priority. Whether it was going to the Feywilds or going to Kalail to meet with the Forgers of the Everwinter. So, how, at least for Valkyrian, how did you kind of determine that?
Well, in Val's life, she's been experiencing magic quite a lot, and from what she's experienced, the most powerful magic comes from places that aren't where she is. And right now, she needs what she feels are the most powerful magics and the most powerful allies. Going to see a bunch of silly people isn't really going to help with that. If she can enlist, people who can regularly cross planes and are really good at killing stuff, that's kind of what she needs right now.
So,
not the most eloquent wording.
Yeah, but it's understandable. So, if worse comes to worse, and if, like, let's say a war breaks out in the Feywild between Barathol and Alexandros, what side is Val choosing?
Stop with the difficult questions. I guess it depends on exactly, why the war is occurring, if they have the ability to leave, because a war is just going to waste our time at this point.
Yeah.
Wars, Rome wasn't conquered in a day, to slightly alter a saying. But I think at that point, she'd probably just be looking for a way to leave.
Yeah.
But if she was forced to stay aside, she would probably, I don't know, maybe work with the devils.
I'm honestly interested in how Faradell is going to match with Barathol or Alexandros, and I'm very interested in how Valkaren's going to relate to Barathol. Because it's been 2,000 years since we, like the three of us, have seen Barathol as a character. So, there's a lot of history that has happened since then. How do you think Faradell is gonna deal with the devil?
That's the one who basically put him in a cage, right?
Yeah, I think it was sliding down the stairs and then put him in a bird cage, because Barathol loves his bird cages.
Yeah. Well, so as far as Fairlittle is aware, as of right now, or at least the last episode, he thinks he's on a stage about to put on a show. So he probably really doesn't have much of an opinion, like good or bad, towards the devil, other than probably just being like, "Yo, that's like metal as hell." So that's probably his mentality right now. Is he's in a metal cage, probably going to reference the Soundgarden song, "Rusty Cage." Possibly even play that song while he's in that cage, and put on a little private show, whether anyone's paying attention or not.
I think Faradell's just waiting for his drummer to show up.
Probably. Either that, or he's under the impression that like this whole quest that he's embarking on is just to form a band with Karen, Mumford, and Hilaire, and he's just kind of waiting for the time where everyone picks up their instruments, and finally it's like, all right, yeah, now we can like have a jam session. Let's go.
I think Polaire knows how to play the flute.
Well, we can add some flutes. That's fine. Faradell's pretty experimental with a lot of things in life, so I'm sure he's open to some flute in his band.
Including doing barbarians.
Yeah.
So, I have other questions for you guys. But I'm gonna allow you guys to, if you have any questions about the story or the world you're in, to ask them right now.
So I guess my first thought, and this is just me as someone who is also DMs and has a very specific vision in mind, while also being aware that like obviously that entire vision will not come true because players being players. So I guess like how much of your vision and like what you've created for the story has worked, I guess more or less transpired the way you intended, and then how many times did you have to be like, God damn it, and just start railroading us? because we were going so far left field that you were like, no, I can't let you go that far.
We're I'm gonna start off answering that question, answering the last question, which is how how much have I railroaded you guys? And I have to say, whenever Jewel comes on to the show,
Which
is
I actually don't think I've been in any of those episodes.
no, I don't think you actually have. But
Hmm.
whenever Jewel shows up into the episode, I'm like, I'm like trying so hard to be like, we gotta get back to the story, guys. And meanwhile, Jewel's in a vent in a random building. As to your first question, what has transpired in which like I have been, it's like been part of like a vision of mine. Uh, it's you guys tend to stick to the story, so
Okay.
it doesn't like you guys do go off on your little tangents to wherever, but you guys tend to stick to the story, and I've been kind of lucky in that sense where whenever I'm writing for the show, story beats, you guys always find a way to hit them.
Well done, Os. I would like to thank my family, my friends, um,
um,
and Odin, because, no Frost Giants left. Thanks, Odin. Um,
and
and yeah, that's it. Just, friends, family, Odin.
another thing is the show's been going on for I think over 20 to 25 weeks now that we've played this game, and
Yeah.
we've kind of gotten into a groove of how our characters are like and how to deal with some stuff. I kind of wanted to throw that monkey wrench of Milos going missing, so one of us could have a character that you are not used to.
Yeah.
Vi, do you have any questions?
Hmm. Just out of curiosity, Drider Silk, does that have the exact same properties as regular Spider Silk?
No, Drider Silk tends to be a little bit, quite, not a little bit, a lot tougher than regular silk.
Right, I'm
Okay.
going to need a lot of that.
I guess another question. So
Yes.
the episode where we confronted Ravencor, which I still think is one of my favorite moments. But like, because I know we weren't supposed to have actually defeated him that early on. So, like, were your first thoughts, and again, I guess feel free to reveal this or not. But like, were your first instincts like, shit, they're foiling my plans? Or was it more just, okay, let's roll with this and see where it goes?
Actually, so with Ravencor, I always intended him to be kind of a death that you guys don't really cause,
Mhm.
which is why I brought Windrin in to beat him down, and then Milo slicing off his neck was hilarious. Um, when I thought of Ravencor and what he was going to be, I never thought he was going to be the big bad. I thought he was going to be a grunt without knowing he was a grunt.
Gotcha.
There is an evil that I have very recently, not like I haven't been thinking about a big bad evil guy for like the last 25 weeks. Um, it's more like I've been thinking about the big bad evil guy, and when I was reading Doomsday Clock, it finally kind of clicked in of what I want him to be.
Is the big bad evil guy Bree's character who died in episode one?
Is it Bayou? No, no, it's not. But I will
Okay.
say Mayu's death is one of the kind of catalysts of the big bad
man.
evil guy. I will say
So
that.
so I might have lied. That might have actually been my favorite moment.
If I had that recorded, I would put that in the show, but I don't have it recorded.
Oh man, that was a laugh.
That was amazing. So yeah, we always mention Bree's character's death. Bree's character died by the fact of Bree just being stupid, which
I would, yeah, that was, wow.
yeah, which is a regular occurrence for us. But I do have the thought of a big bad evil guy kind of causing things to happen without being directly responsible for it. So there are events in the show and in the story that we've been telling that you think were caused by yourself or somebody else or something, but it just generally was him.
So that time that Milos punched that detective's lamp, that was all planned.
No, that was not planned actually. Milos still owes that guy an unpunchable lamp.
Well, he was gonna get him one until he turned evil, so it'll be a while.
um, Vi, how are you enjoying playing Valkyrie?
I absolutely love it. And it's become a bit of a problem because it's very distracting when I'm trying to do normal things in my life, like wash up or go to sleep.
Are you just dreaming and thinking of Valkyrie all the time?
I don't think I've ever done it in my dreams, but definitely when I've been trying to get to sleep.
Ah, well,
Because, as I explained to Rachel a while back, playing a wizard is very different to playing a monk. Because with a monk, you level up, you get a new skill. With the wizard, there's all the spells that come with it.
yes.
And you get to choose 2 out of a list of, I think it's in excess of 140 wizard spells in total.
Jesus.
So. Yeah.
And then, of course, every single long rest, you've got to prepare for the day ahead. And, it's quite a bit more. So it is constantly running through my head.
I've been
But
asking.
I absolutely adore it.
That's good. And I've been asking everyone this question, but I think I should ask Violet this question as well because Valkyrie has become sort of a family member to Polaire, and I feel like Polaire takes a lot of cues from Valkyrie. How did Valkyrie react to seeing Polaire just recklessly run into hell?
I mean, that's a bit worrisome because, of course, Val is relatively well experienced with the bad things that can come out of hell,
Yeah.
namely her entire family and everyone she grew up with.
And just, her ancestors.
Yeah. So there's definitely an awful lot of worry going on there.
I do like that you guys have at least your characters have become sort of more of a kin to a family. I really love that.
Yeah, because
The
like,
family trope.
and also feel like we did that fairly naturally. Like I never, or at least again for me personally, I never felt like we did that as a means of like for the sake of the story, just for like convenience sake. I feel like it just kind of naturally happened that way, and now we're all one big weird family.
Yeah. And I'm interested in how Faradell is going to kind of fit in there.
He's definitely going to be the one where maybe people don't like actively be like acknowledge that he's family. He's like that, like he's cousin Eddie in Christmas Vacation and the Lampoon movie, where you're kind of like, he's a guy with a good spirit and heart, but goddamn, he's kind of an embarrassment, and the less time we spend with him, the better.
Well, hopefully, if Faradol grows on you guys.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think Karen's the one that I'm most concerned about. Faradol.
You
I
got
think
her at a bad time.
Yeah, I think as of right now, Valkyrin wants absolutely nothing to do with Faradol.
I'm also interested on how Valkyrin's going to deal with Faradol because, as we've established, Valkyrin was very close to Jake's last character, Milos.
No, Dormy.
And it's always interesting to me when a character that a previous player was playing is playing a new character, how the person that was closest to the character deals with that.
Sorry, how many times does this happen to you?
It happens none times. It just happened on Critical Role.
But also, like, I mean, regardless of how close a character is within a party, but like, if you've been playing a campaign for any decent amount of time and a character dies, or in this case, they kind of go away for a bit, and then creating a new character, it can always be difficult to insert that character into this group because, again, especially if you're into the whole roleplay aspect, which I am, and one of my favorite parts about D&D. Is kind of like, okay, so I know how this character works, but like, how are they going to work with the rest of the team? They're more than likely going to be a hindrance in Faradol's case, and so that was kind of one of the things is because Milos, I felt like wouldn't, when I initially came up with this character, I was like, yeah, no, they probably won't be hard to work in with like most groups because they're kind of just a lovable dumb idiot, but Faradol's kind of not as lovable, but also a dumb idiot. Just really obnoxious.
So, Val,
Yes.
your current goal is to get Milos back. I'm interested in what Valkyrin's goal was before that.
Well, at the start of the series, it was, pre-series, it was get away from home. At the start of the series, it was, explore the world, see what there is, try and find a place to fit in. She's found a place where she feels she fits in, but to be fair, it's not just Milos at this point. These are a bunch of very reckless people who get into a lot of fights. So for the large majority of the series, she's mostly just been following them and keeping them alive as best as she can. And then she lost one of them, which she does largely blame on herself. So her goal is not only get Milos back, but stop this from happening again. Because, the biggest problems they've been having are now because of her, despite the fact she's trying to protect them.
All right, Jake.
Mm-hmm.
What was Milos's goal before he turned evil?
So probably Milos, being the simple man that he is, he didn't really have any like ambitious goals of I don't know, like other people. It was probably more just kind of like being the best person that he could to those closest to him. Because again, kind of similar to Valkyrin, where he was cast out from his village initially, and so he was kind of on a search for kind of like a new surrogate family or some kind of new purpose, which he then found with Valkyrin in the game. So his purpose and goals, I guess, were just to continue being the supportive, lovable idiot that he is.
And what is Faradol's goals?
I haven't figured that out myself.
Go to Fairyland and see what sort of magic mushrooms they have.
Probably.
Don't eat anything in the Feywilds. Just don't. Trust me. Don't eat any of the gray falling leaves that look like they're on the ground, but they're like a foot up. So it's like, don't eat those. They will give you the worst high ever.
But yeah, that actually is something that like I'm still trying to figure out is what his goals are, if he even has any. Because my first struggle is to find a way for him to fit in the group and not be just the absolute worst. Um, which I'm still working on that. So I think when I figure that out, that's when I can kind of start building the character up. And also just trying to figure out like what his character arcs could be. And he's not just this kind of one-dimensional. Yeah, he's maybe comic relief every now and then, but the rest of the time is, he's just not that interesting or compelling compared to the other characters.
I'm going to have to go for about 5 minutes, but I will be back.
All right, sounds good. I will talk to Jake for a bit. All right, Jake, we can talk shit about Violet now. No, I'm joking. So, Jake, you're not used to casters.
I'm not. Pretty much all my characters have been a bit more melee oriented. The class that I've played the longest is a ranger in my main campaign, which I've been playing in for like 3 years now. And then the others are like fighters, barbarians, a paladin. I might have played some other stuff, but yeah, pretty much all more melee centric with maybe some spells that they can cast. But yeah, so Fairdale will be the first caster that I've played.
And I think Fairdale College of Lore, correct?
Yes.
I found it very interesting that you chose College of Lore and not, College of Swords, which gives you that extra attack.
I think I came up with the idea for I think I created a bard first before I created the character. There's normally the opposite where I have the character in mind and then build off that to the class. But I think I just wanted to create a bard just to have that ready for any time I need to create a new character. So I think at the time I probably had a more specific plan for Fairdale, and I didn't intend for him to be like a stoner hippie dude. But then, because the first time that I played as Fairdale was in the Night Circus campaign, which unfortunately I was only able to play in like 2-3 times before my schedule got complete garbage. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to play Fairdale again, because I liked him. I just didn't really get the chance to feel him out all that much.
Right. So, well, at least with College of Lords, you get an extra spell.
Yes.
You don't get that extra attack, though. But College of Lore is a great college. I'm interested in what you're going to do with that Bardic Inspiration. Because Bardic Inspiration, while it doesn't seem like an easy way of getting some RP in, you can totally get some RP in just the way you choose to give out that Bardic Inspiration.
So obviously one way is, he high-fives people and inspires them that way. But I also feel like since he is a bard and he has a guitar, I feel like he would just play like classic rock and metal ballads to inspire people. That's at least one of the ideas that I have in mind.
Interesting. So does Fairdale listen to the same music that Milos did?
I actually don't recall if Milos was big into music or not.
I think I remember Milos had a favorite Goliath metal band.
That's right, he did. And that's probably more just me channeling my inner, rocker metalhead and imparting that on my characters than, I guess, to have any kind of. I lost my train of thought. Yeah.
Um. So. Fuck! I just lost my question. Uh. Do you have any other questions for me while I rethink of my question?
Right, how many gods do you have?
How many gods do I have? A shit ton. What god do you want to know about?
Yeah, Val's not a very religious person.
Yes, I've noticed.
Is there a god of I don't know, like twigs and berries and hippie stuff?
Why is
I,
Faradol?
I guess something that Faradell would actually believe in.
You know what? Just for Faradol, I'll make a god up.
No, that was more curious. That like you don't actually have to create a new god to your pantheon.
The weed god.
Can it be like a shambling mound, but like of I guess different strands of marijuana or something?
No, I was thinking of a very disheveled, always stoned dude.
That
With
works too.
with blonde hair, and his eyes are the whites of his eyes are permanently red, but his irises are a rainbow.
Yeah. That's a god Faradell can get behind.
His eyes are actually double rainbows. Whoa, double rainbow!
That's so dope.
The first time I learned about that was not from the movie, but from Borderlands 2.
Good game.
It is a good game. So Valkyrin, I made a spell for Valkyrin.
Yep.
Valkyrin's counterspell. And you never use it. It's so hurtful.
Yeah. I'm going to be completely honest. It feels mildly unbalanced.
Does it? I should really fix that.
Well, okay, one of the main drawbacks of Counterspell is it's got a 60-foot range.
Yeah.
Val is double that.
Yeah.
And the point of Counterspell is, you upcast it if you need to. But because of this, there's no point in upcasting it at all.
Yeah, you're right. Because it'll just do the same amount of damage if you upcast it.
No, I mean, there's no point in upcasting Counterspell. Because even if you upcast it one level, you might as well use the other one.
Yeah. Then just replace Counterspell.
Yeah, but I don't like using all the 4th level spell slots.
True. That's true.
No, because if you can do it with the 3rd, why do it with the 4th?
Right.
Although, to be fair, I am at the point where I've got quite a few.
Yeah.
I've got 3 standard and then 1 from the robes.
Yeah, the robes are useful.
Yeah.
You told me you wanted robes. I'm like, all right, let's make some cool ass robes.
Very.
Robes are dope.
I think I'm going to get Faradell his first magic item in the next episode.
A stick.
It's the staff of flowers.
I was gonna say it's just a regular stick, but he's so high that he thinks it's magic. It's like fireball, yeah.
Oh my god! If that becomes his casting focus, I'm just gonna end the game.
Is that a wonder fireball in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
I don't know, bro, but I'm about to cast fireball.
Oh, I think Milo still has his spell storing ring.
Yep. I think he's used it once.
Yes, he has.
I think the only spell that I used was shield.
Yes, you did use shield. But yeah, I think Milosh has a spell storing ring, which will make him much more dangerous than I remembered.
Yeah, but he can only store up to 5th level spells.
Windred Windred can fix that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get ready for evil Losh. All the terrible spells he'll have.
It's all the useless spells.
Evil was kissed. Bird call. Chirp, chirp. I am a sparrow.
I mean, I just think it'd be quite funny if he, cast legend lore or something on us.
Hey, I gave you legend lore just because I needed something for exposition.
And you don't have the talking book anymore.
I don't have the talking book. The talking book is now has shut the fuck up.
Good.
But yes, I do believe that that Faradell will get his first magic item.
Interesting.
What are story beats that you think should be brought up in the show?
Mumford's crippling sex addiction. It's like the thing is though, it's like Coyote-Mundi. In Legends, he had 4 wives because males were very rare on his planet, and the Jedi Order specifically allowed him to go out and have sex with them to produce more children.
Yeah, because again, normally, like, that's obviously a big no-no for the Jedi Order. But since I also think, if I recall, his race was also near endangered or extinct or something like that.
It's because males were very rare.
Yeah, so that was like the one exception. Was kind of like, so normally, like, we're like the Catholic Church. You can't have sex, but you're good, dude, because you're you're fine.
I also seem to remember that the guy had a heart in his head.
Yeah, I think so. Not so sure. I just know he lays, and it's similar thing with Mumford. He's a male lion. He has needs.
Yes, but he has the love of a god currently.
So I guess I don't know how much of this is like been planned or if at all. But I've noticed a bit of a connection between Sam and Polaire. So
Yes.
I'm curious to see if that develops a bit.
Well, it honestly seems like it's developing already.
Well, or yeah, I guess I should have said develop further. They definitely feel like they're the two teams that just kind of realize they're attracted to each other. So they're kind of like, how do we go about this? And being kind of like awkward.
Which, let's face it, kind of normal.
What are you talking about? When I was a teen, I was like the fawns, man. Just
Don't lie to me, Jake.
You don't know me.
You look nothing like Henry Winkler.
I never said I looked like him. I was just like I exuded the confidence, wearing leather jackets, the shades, stacking jukeboxes.
Don't
I was
lie to me.
a total jock in school, guys, as I'm sure you all are all very much aware, viewers.
I don't think Violet believes you. I'm just gonna say, roll a deception check. That's fair enough.
Ooh. So you don't think I'm good in deception?
Oh, you have a +4 to charisma.
Oh, well, yeah, that's right. That's an 11.
An 11. Hey, Vi, do you believe him?
Yes.
Wait,
let me just roll deception.
Yeah. Insight.
No. The deception was saying yes.
Oh, okay.
13.
Faradell, roll insight just for fun, for the fun of it.
That is a 16.
Violet is clearly lying.
Or am I?
Secrets don't make friends, bruh.
I don't think Valkyrin wants to make friends right now.
No. She's just out to lower her enemies list, not expand her friends.
I mean,
But
her enemy list is, I think, one person.
well, depends.
Is the dungeon master somehow on that list?
No, I was going to say we'll see how Faradell acts. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, part of her end game is expanding her friends list by one because I do really want to plane a bind Windrun, and then just I don't know, make him clean the floors.
Well, I mean, planar bind isn't like that bad.
What do you mean?
Well, it's not like you're controlling him, so he can still.
Yeah.
He can still.
With planar bind, they have to obey all your instructions to the letter.
Oh shit! Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And if cast at 9th level, it lasts for a year and a day without concentration, and with, apart from dispel magic, no other way to break it.
He's like counterspell.
Well, there's the issue. Very long casting time. An hour.
Oh my god, that's.
So typically, you're gonna have to knock him unconscious first, or magic circle.
I forget how much hit point Windrun has.
I imagine it's a lot. So.
I think it's a lot. Yeah, I think it's.
No spoilers.
I'll say it's above 100.
Well, that's kind of to be expected.
Yes.
Val's only on 56.
Val just gets punched in the face by Windrun. Get fucked. It is definitely over 100.
Yeah.
I
mean, he can cast 9th level spells, so I imagine it's quite a lot.
Yes, he can cast 9th level spells. I also have another question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Are you at all interested in why the Feywild seems to be decaying?
No.
I guess as a player, yeah, a little curious. As a character, yeah, Faradell again. He has no clue what's going on. Like grand scheme of things, he basically takes it not even like a day at a time, probably more like every like half hour at a time.
So no one has any interest in why the Feywild is decaying.
Does it have something to do with Windrun and demons and devils and all that?
It has something to do with Altonia in general.
Well, right now Val's very, of course, one-track mind.
One track mind.
She might pay more attention later.
Interesting. I don't see Milos coming back that quickly, just because I want to see what happens with Faradell.
Yeah, I was about to be like, what? No, he's gotta come back.
No. He's gonna be back. He's just not gonna be back as soon as possible.
I don't know. I think give it too much longer, the fans will be rioting in the streets.
I don't think they'll be rioting.
I don't know. My agent informed me that there is at least one person who is holding up a sign saying "Bring Milos back."
I kind of want to meet this one person. Anyone else want to meet this one person? I bet it's just Jake.
I can neither confirm nor deny that because again, I heard it from the agent, so I. They didn't give me names or where this person was spotted. They just informed me that that's what they heard.
Hey Violet,
Hmm.
I think Jake's agent is Jake.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
What? Nah, no, come on, guys. Like, I'm a professional. I actually have an agent and people like hair and makeup. That's why I look so nice before we record. 'Cause, I got to go through like hours upon hours of makeup. Because I'm 87. I got to look like I'm a young, fit, 20, late 20 something year old.
Does does he know that we don't show our video?
Hmm.
I mean, we
Well,
can, but we don't.
all that time wasted.
Yeah, no one told you to do it.
Well, I'm that committed. Okay. I know I said earlier that I wasn't a method actor, but I lied. I'm
Oh
like
my
when I
god,
played.
you're toking up every day?
What?
You're toking up every day?
Yeah, I've started since I played Fairytale, but before when I was Milosh, I was like I bought some stilts. I learned how to walk as someone who's 8 feet tall. I bought a battle axe. Started adventuring for a little bit just to get in the spirit. I completely forgot how to speak English, just that way again I could further immerse myself into the character. Um, well, I wish my people had informed me of that, but no worries, no worries. It's in the past. Moving on.
I feel kind of bad.
Nah, it's all part of the experience of an actor.
I mean, you've heard the stories of people locking themselves in rooms for ages just to get in the mentality of someone crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Jared Leto. That's the wrong
Heath,
guy.
Heath Ledger.
Yes,
Daniel
thank you.
Day-Lewis.
And one time in my drama class, we all had to play these like criminally insane children. So the entire class just followed me around for a week and copied what I did.
Huh. That sounds actually pretty horrible.
I am joking, but
Also, kind of not.
yeah. Well, I had to play two characters. It was a nightmare.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I went 2 years without ever playing just one character in a play. It was
That sounds
impressive.
really annoying.
No, wait, 2.5 years.
Still sounds pretty annoying, actually.
Yeah. Whoops.
What did you drop?
My dice container thingy.
I'm actually okay. So, I don't think I've shown. I don't want to spoil what's gonna happen next week, but I kind of wanna talk about it. So next week we have a new setup for the episode.
Hmm.
All the players have seen it,
Have I?
including Jake.
Yeah, that was one of the first things my people showed me before we recorded.
Am I your people? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, like you kind of represent me a little bit, like within the D&D world. Like I'm kind of a freelancer.
I don't think I got paid for it.
Yeah, because you didn't sign a contract.
I'm gonna need to look at a contract.
There is none.
Okay.
At least between me and you. Like my people, yeah, there's contracts, but yeah, I just figured why bother? That just adds a whole other step to this. It's unnecessary.
No. I think we're gonna need to start looking at contracts.
Anyways, moving on. What was the next question?
The next question is why aren't you paying me? No. The next thing is we're just gonna talk. I just want to talk to you guys about the new setup because we now have a 3D space where we got figurines, we got creatures that we can see now.
I'm looking forward to it, so that way I can actually see what's going on. First of all.
Well, we can invite you to roll 20. I want to point that out.
Did I ever get an invite? No.
Yes.
I feel like you did. I feel like I sent an invite to everyone.
But did it go through the proper channels of the
I,
PGA and
I sent it on our first game, I believe.
Well, someone on my team's gonna get fired then, because that never came to my desk.
Oh dear. Great, Violet. Look what you did. You got a guy fired.
Oh well.
It's fine. There is probably an intern. They're not people.
That's horrible. That is horrible. I was going to change your nickname to Faradell, but I'm just gonna call you asshole.
That's just not fair.
I feel like it is because you just said an intern is not people.
Yeah, they're a person because it was a singular intern. Probably.
You saved it. There we go. Now Jake's his character again. He's Faradell.
Yay. Alright, let's fix that soon. Save Milos, chuck Faradell down into the ocean, and just leave him there.
I mean, Faradell's already been put into a bird cage.
It's very different. Do you know what the ocean is? I know in Canada it's just like all frozen over.
It's not frozen over, dude. We've got lakes.
Sure.
We've got Great Lakes.
Okay.
We've got the Hudson Bay Company.
All right.
Anyways, but yeah, I wanted to spend a little time talking about. We're gonna have a little bit of a play area because Tabletop Simulator is a thing, and I've been dying to make a 3D map because I think they look cool. But the setup looks really good. I'm very excited for Wednesday when we record the video because
Tomorrow.
yes, tomorrow. It is tomorrow. Oh my god, it's tomorrow. Yay! I'm interested. Is there anything that you are kind of any type of battle or map that you're kind of hoping that will be created because of Tabletop Simulator? Like
No.
no cool visuals?
No.
I mean, I guess I'm I'm looking forward to it, but yeah, there's not like a particular type of terrain or environment that I'm like more jazzed about. I'm kind of more just anxious to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
in general.
Volcanoes.
You want to see a volcano? I could probably make
I decided on volcanoes.
I could probably make a decent volcano. But yeah. I think that we've talked about whatever we're going to talk about. I'd like to thank you guys for, talking with me for an hour about D&D stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I'll see everyone when the new show comes out.
Patreon, sign up for that shit.
No, don't try to sign up for Patreon. We don't have it yet, unless Jake has made one for us.
No, because I'm hoping that like by willing it into existence, the fans will start the Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come.
They start chanting for a Patreon. We want to give you money.
Exactly. That's the way the world works.
And as we said, it'll just be at the $100 tier.
Yeah,
It's whatever makes us the most money.
exactly.
Uh,
'Cause don't you want to actually see us, the people, as our characters? Like we will like modify our bodies. Like I will become 7 feet tall or however tall Milosh is. Like I will dye my skin. I will do what it takes if you guys sign up for that Patreon.
and I will be me with a book.
Yay!
But yes, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with all your friends so we can get some traction.
And Patreon.
And we can hit that monetization button. It's 1,000 subscribers. We need 1,000 subscribers.
We're getting there.
Slowly but surely. But yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the premiere episode of Rolling Insight, and I'd like to thank my 2 players who are great enough to join me and are excited enough for the story to learn more about it. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.